Hey, yeah, welcome to week eight of the course. We're about halfway through the semester. I just want to say for everybody that's been doing the work and turning in the work on time, I think your grade will reflect how the course is working. I think, in terms of whether or not you'll succeed in the class, just keep on performing as you have been, and you shouldn't have any concerns at all with what your final outcome in the course will be. For those of you who've been struggling a bit to keep up with the work in the course, please know that there's still time to finish. We are in week 8. We're about halfway through. So if you've fallen behind and you intend to stay in the course and you want to succeed, then you probably need to go through the grade book at this point. And I've gone through. I've updated the grade book. I have placed zeros for any work that was missing, so that way people's final grades will update, so you can see what impact those zeros are going to have on your grade, and it can be quite substantial in a hurry. But even though a zero has been placed in your gradebook at this point, if you take the time to do the work, turn it in, I will certainly go back, grade the work, and remove the zero and place in there whatever grade that you earned, and there won't be any penalties assessed for the late work. So just be sure to, if you want to complete the course, to start doing the work. Uh, and also, I guess since we're at about the halfway point in the course, if there's any suggestions that you have for my improving the course, please just go ahead and send me an email real quick, or even in the I need help section would be another place where you might want to. If there's anything I can do to sort of change the structure of the course, or anything that I could do differently that might help you out in some way, let me know. Other than that, I hope that you all enjoyed reading Leslie Silko's work as an autoethnographical text. I know it's always difficult whenever I designed this course, that I know that I only gave about 2 weeks to read the book. I would sometimes like to spend a little bit longer, but we just, it just works out that about 2 weeks is what we have for that particular book. Because, and so I haven't looked at your response papers yet. And I will get those graded and turn back to you as quick as I can. But I think you should know, based upon how you've been performing in the course, if you've put in the same quality of work as you did on the first response paper, I wouldn't concern yourself too much with how you're going to do on the second response paper. But we're going to be moving on. We will be moving to James Welch's Fool's Crow will be the next book that we're going to read. It's a piece of historical fiction, and we're going to, I know with reading of Eastman and reading of Silko, we've been talking a lot about constructions of the South. This is going to be our first work of fiction, and a book that sort of is deeply indebted to the Western idea of the novel. And so it tries to do many of the things that the modern novel will attempt to do, but it's also taking into context and historical context of the 1860s and 1870s in Montana among the Piikani, or the Blackfeet. For members, the Piikanis, Siksika, and Kainas were the three tribes that make up the Blackfeet Confederation in Montana. So we're going to be looking at a particular band, Lone Eater Band. And so be sure to watch the Welch interview / biography. I think it's really interesting, even though this is a work of fiction. I get a sense, and even Welch says within the biography, that these works are actually based upon stories within his family that he heard as a young man. So get your work early. We will spend about 3 weeks on this novel, so we do have some time. It's a piece of realist fiction, but it's also one that deals with a very particular sort of Blackfeet worldview. So I'll be interested to see how you read this text in conjunction with the other works that we've read. This will be, like I said, though, our first work of fiction, but it's also a work of fiction that attempts to convey or several, I guess, historical truths about this time period. So I've always found it interesting that someone would use a work of fiction in order to capture history in some sense. So let's have fun with it. The discussion, question, everything should be posted up by the time you see this video. Any problems at all, as always, reach out and get in touch with me. I'll be sure to respond as quick as possible. I thank you all again for doing the great work, and especially in the discussion sections. I'm really sort of enjoying the work that I see there. So just keep up the good work, and we'll talk to you next week. All right, thanks. Bye.